Strategies for updating Chromebook, MacBooks, and Microsoft Surface laptops or CE notebooks. Those small notebooks are very common. I have, I think, 3 of them at home. They are cheap in general, but but they are in many ways powerful because they are really small. You can take them. I know, like when I go to bicycle, I have one in my backpack because it's lightweight. So they are handy, for to keep you connected, and if you want to do some work or school work, or if you are, if you work from home and you want to go somewhere, you don't have to drag your heavy laptop. However, the problem with those small laptops or notebooks are tremendous, because usually the manufacturers or the companies that sponsor them want you to buy a new one every few years. So the challenges notebooks, computers, when it comes to upgrading and updating. Ending updates. So I did a quick Google, and of course I can verify those numbers are kind of true, because I had a Chromebook and I had a Windows small laptop, and according to the internet, the Google support its small laptops or notebooks called Chromebooks, of course, 5 to 7 years. 5 years, and Apple do the same. Microsoft, the security update usually stay throughout the cycle. Like if you have Windows 7, 3 years, and Windows 10, and they might continue with the security so for the security updates for the 3 more years, because usually they keep after they issue the new version of Windows, they keep the other version, the older version, running for a few years, 2 to 3 years. However, when it comes to the Surface notebooks, usually they won't let you upgrade to the second version, and usually the requirement change. And of course these days we see it with normal laptops and desktops, where the requirement with the TPM won't allow many people with very good computers to upgrade to Windows 11. So this is a trend, and sadly I don't see it stopping, but this is a reality, and we will this is a big challenge. This is one of the main challenges that those small computers have. Let's talk about the second challenge: hardware demand due to large files and programs, and web application demands. It used to be like when you program a website, you just put like a single sheet in a notepad, and you can just write the whole website in it, maybe have a picture or two in the same file adjacent to it in the same folder, and you have a good website. But these days websites have many programs that interact with them. They are interactive websites. They have JavaScript and CSS and all these, and of course the other files, which is videos and even the pictures these days are high definition. So the files are huge. So those websites demand a lot on your computer, and the main demand I see it in this order: the RAM, which is number one demand, where every time you want to run a program, whether you want to run it on the website or you want to run it from a program on your hard drive, your computer, in order to process that information, have to bring that information, pull it up, and put it on the RAM. So your RAM is the biggest hit when it comes to your update, or whether your computer is good enough or not. That's from my experience, and I have multiple computers and I work on computers on the side. Of course, we have large hard drives, and faster hard drives are needed because the programs on your hard drives, especially gaming programs on your hard drive, but also professional programs on your hard drive, are larger and larger. Indeed, I have this computer, the laptop I'm running on is a Debian, and because after I customized it and all this, the core itself is about 32 gig. So, and I actually don't have a lot of stuff on it, but when I looked in preparation for when I was writing this, I thought, oh, let me look at this Debian, and I was amazed that it have more programs stored on it than many Chromebooks have memory capacity, So that's the problem. So okay, so the last problem with hardware demand is the CPU. It's the least important in my opinion, except unless or depend on what you use it for. If you're using it for running multiple applications and all this, even a brand new good notebook will struggle or will freeze, especially if it have Windows on it. So a notebook is not meant to do any of these things. So I find from trial and error that even a dual core 1.8, 1.5 even will run, but like 1.8 or 2.0 gigahertz will run very, very fine on a notebook. It's more sufficient enough. Okay. One of the problems of lightweight is the fact that physical upgrades are hard. What I mean by this I mean that most new laptops have a fixed RAM, whether it is 2, 4 or 8. They just have fixed, and increasingly the SSDs are are embedded in the motherboard. So really you cannot upgrade. That basically they tie your hand. Those companies really want you to buy a new notepad or notebook. So here is some solutions, and this is my suggestion. You can upgrade what you can, as long as you're allowed to. And so like if your notepad allow you to upgrade it, don't buy another one. Upgrade it, you will have a very, very good notepad. Do your research before you buy. In general, notebooks before 2015 you can upgrade them normally uh, as a all small laptop. So you can add RAM to them, you can add SSDs to them. Usually you can upgrade them up to 8 RAM, so that's good enough. uh, uh, so we're gonna talk about use light software to mitigate the small drive, and this is kind of important, and I should have put more, I should have emphasized this point. You maybe I should have said it, use light software and use the appropriate software. So those companies will never give you, when the support is done, it's done. Your computer is dead. You can run it, it will be slow and glitchy and have no security updates. So yeah, Google offers the what is it? Chrome OS, which is like a free software to put on older devices, and you can use that definitely. If you use that, you only are allowed, even if you have huge RAM and huge SSD, you're really not gonna use it because everything is web based, basically just a browser. However, it doesn't allow you to do anything with the computer except to open the website, and of course it is tied to Google, so tomorrow Google might just pull the plug on it. My definite advice is to put Linux on it. BDSD, maybe if you are talented enough, or not many, but those are open source softwares. You can even try Android. Some Android softwares are available. You can try, and but use the right software and use the small software. One of the most beautiful things that most people not aware of is that in Linux, especially in Linux, but I'm sure that with other open source software, there are software that you can install in a stick and run it. I have a few of them where I just have it on a stick. I can run, let's say I am at a friend and I wanna use his or her computer, but I don't want to log in or have them log in and worry. I'll just reboot the computer the full program, operating system and programs, full disk environment on a stick. So there are really small and tiny Linux distros that can be mounted easily on 16 or 32 gig hard drives, which most of those notebooks have. And of course you can use in Linux, you automatically will create a swap file, but which will help with the RAM. When it comes to the other programs that you might need, like for example Office, or if you like VS Code, and like I do, I have not a memory stick, I have you can use them either through a web base similar to a Chromebook, where you just all those documents are in the web. However, if you worry about that the internet not gonna work, or where you are at, or if you don't want to have your data be monitored and owned by Google, you can do like what I do, which is use portable apps. I have an SD card, for example, that I have an Office on it. I have VS Code on it. I have pictures on it. I have other ones for pictures and documents. So I have everything on it. So if I can use it, and actually it's very helpful. I can use it from one computer to another, and I don't have to worry if the computer I'm using have the right tools or not. So this is a very good idea. It's not a very popular idea, but it's a great idea, and I might make a presentation about how to do it one day. But it is something you can research and look at it. You can have those apps downloaded as an app, and even with the extensions and all that stuff, as I can say it, all the trimmings, and this way you can save yourself a lot of space. And so just remember, as a summary, upgrade those laptops as much as you can physically with the physical upgrade. Before you buy, make sure you research so you don't get duped. And in general, older notebooks are better, so like, use the right software, use Linux, use open source software. You don't have to worry about those companies that have to force you to abandon and create e-waste and waste of your money as well. And you use either web apps, web applications, or portable apps to save storage. And those are the best strategies for you to use when you are using a very limited machine. I hope this presentation was informative, and I hope you have a good day.